All right, guys, a little bit of a recap time. Time to get into what we were looking for. Now, we had a couple different things to look for. I know we usually cover a lot of pieces to the puzzle, but when we stack those catalysts, they all make sense, right? So starting off first, we had a couple different algos. The Friday after hours, we had a body right here and a wick all the way down. I can't even see where it ends at the volume bar, but it was very long. And then we had another at the midnight open here, all the way up. Now, those are the things that we wanted to see, and those are we channeled the body, right? So this is the body of each one of those algos. So we were long biased out of the gate, squeeze up after a fresh low break, right? And we wanted to get as high as about 429 and change gold level or half deviation, okay? So right here, we had gold level, a couple of different algos, but we had set up with a dip volume beat and set up for a beautiful short. So first off, the long move, okay, from the algorithm. Notice the body right here. Now let's look at the top of the algorithm, okay? Look at that. Perfect body. So anything above 426.60s would fill the wick algo up to 429. Okay, let's look to the right. Wow. So whatever people tell you those algo candles that we call them are unreadable or they mean nothing, show them that picture right there. Okay, so that long move was over right there. So we got out of most of our long position, which was a very easy long pre-market. Now, we're coming off those half deviations or full deviation supports. Remember, we've been talking about these for a while. Weekly and daily, both these yellow lines right here. And the 10 SMA daily is this blue line dashed right there. So we had a ton of support once we broke back over. Confirmation, fresh low breakout. That's the market's favorite thing to do. Fresh low breakdown, short trap, fire it up. And then we got the beautiful short. We made 14 points to the downside here. Now, across multiple accounts, we're up a little over 3,900 today. And that was a beauty. The second day trade right here will show you what was coming. Now, on the 1 minute is where this was identified. Now, the algo played out after hours, right? Came all the way to the long, came back down. So where do you want to see it? Well, once the algo plays out and hits the top resistance, you'd like to see it, hypothetically back down to the body because we need a hit on one of these algos. Either the top first and then down or the bottom first and then up, right? So something needs to give. This trade was short trade, lower high is a regular moving average system that we use in the Elites trading group. If you want to trade with us, the description has the link. Oop. And it's down. So the 100 EMA bounce flop lower high. This is a very standardized Elites play for us. It started on the 1 minute, okay? So it broke down highs. We got to target. Here's our target long. Boom. Price action came up and then flopped to the 100 EMA. That's on the 1 minute. Usually, we will create a push off the 100 EMA, falsify up, false long, trap the longs, right? And then go down off a lower high from low day or high day. So here's your lower high. Whoop, there's your high day. Obviously, right? And then we had a meltdown. Now, why did we take that, into consideration for the pop? Because I said we're gonna hit the 100 EMA. Going to go up, and usually when it goes by the 50, you're still looking for that kind of iffiness. But we are going to most likely tap out the short down to 426 because of the trend power here of the algo magnets. Because we topped out in this algo, we deserve a hit on the body of that algo. Okay, so that's going to be your furthest short target of the day. Ours was just lower high down to 5 minute moving averages. Okay, that was it. So the 1 minute was identified off the 100 EMA bounce, lower high. So we were shorting here. I would have shorted all the way to 429.30s on MES. Ended up getting 9 contracts each account. Did a little bit over $800 just on a couple MESs. And as it rolled, right, the 5 minute breakdown of the 50 RSI and then the 1 minute bottom channel. So look at this. RSI, here's the lower high setup again. Broke, lower high, broke, lower high. All oscillations there. Volume beat on the 5 minute. Tall candle seller control. So let's go to the 5 minute from the 1 minute because we identify multi-chart for multiple indicators here. 5 minute volume beat. Whoa, TOS being TOS. Here. So when we had our target hit, it made a giant red candle, which created this guy right here. Seller beat, right? Look how tall that seller candle is. So until a buyer candle comes in that is higher than this seller candle, we are going to be seller-controlled price action, okay? And then on the 5 minute, you've seen the oscillation coming down on the MAC, which we had keyed up. Down here, lower high. One of the big takeaways here, the RSI has a gap. It has a no tag of the 50. These algorithms love to magnet. So we did not come down from a 5-minute RSI hot to bounce the 50 to move back up, which it can happen, but we had a higher probability short workout because we shied it, okay? So what did it need to do? Short, boom, boom, lower high, break, and now continuing bottom trend. Now that short, like you said, can come all the way down to the algos, but we identified that from 100 EMA bounce, roll, lower high, which is a very common pattern for us. Seller beat, 9 o'clock a.m. Central, where seller would be in control. So once the sellers take control here, they love to run that up, trap the long side, right? And then crap on everybody. So our target was short into the lower high as a fresh high break. I don't care if it would have been all the way up here to the gold trend. I would have shorted that too. Okay. And my stop out would have been clearly above the gold level trending. Hit lower high, nailed all these shorts, came all the way down. And mine was just to the 100 EMA on the 5-minute and then close to the 50 RSI because we had that no fill here. And then oscillation cross was here, so we had a lot of confirmation for a continuation on MAC. We couldn't really miss. We had just so much going on for us here. And then our last but not least, the 15 that we like to go. This is where the magnet happened for the 100 EMA as well. The 100 EMA did shy, but this is where the next short potential follow through is going to be. You see the seller beat, you see the crack of the 10 SMA. Now you see it loop on the time frame. And this is the last lesson I'll teach you guys about the loops. Loops on each time frame have to play out secular. Consecutive, one after one after one. So the 1 minute, we'll start there. Watch, 10 SMA. 1 minute, price action above, loops, pushes, fails, okay? Oh, TOS. So price action, 10 SMAs at light blue, all the way up, squeeze, broke the 10, huge snap, all the way down to the 100, okay? So the loop is already done. Open, we don't count that. 10 SMA break, loop, push. This is the loop. The loop happens on moving averages where they falsify moves to the downside, loop up, and make a higher high. Let's look at the next loop. Once the 1 minute loop is done, what do you look for? The next longest time frame. Okay, 5 minute loop. Let's go look what that looks like. Because you wouldn't have seen it. 1 minute would have completed, and you still had upside on the 5 minute. You could have scalped to the long side. So let's look at the 5 minute. 10 SMA is this blue dashed line. The first break, price action, snap. Loop, lower high down, fail. Okay, so let's look at now. This is another short play right here. So what's the next fastest that we use? 15. Did it loop yet? Just did. Just hit. So this is the starting loop. Okay, 15 all the way up. Broke the 10. Attempts to loop into the next lower high to lower low. So those moving average systems, they give you multi-time frames setting up saying, hey, the 1 minute just did a break loop. Look for a snap down, continue up for the 5 minute to catch up to its loop. And again, the oscillation indicator is going to come with those loops. If you look at those loops, look at the oscillation. Stuck way up here on the 1 minute, breaks down to lower high. Hot, breaks down to lower high. Same with that 5 minute. It's going to show you the same thing. And the 10 SMA loop helps you navigate the entries of these short trades or long trades. Doesn't matter which way you're going to play. The moving average is still going to be there. And these setups happen both sides. Here's the 5 minute. We went hot here. RSI, obviously lower high with lower low, like we covered, broke down after the loop, right? So here, loop, lower high, push down, and then we got stuck. So now we're going to chop here, chop here. We're going to look for another pop into another lower high into 426.60 for the 15 minute to slowly develop its pop loop, because the 15 minute, because the 1 and 5 are done, now deserves its pop loop. So let's take a peek again at the 15, bring it back. Top, 10 SMA. Break, loop, lower high down. That's the next short setup on the 15 if we get the continuation. So I hope that makes sense. Those are a lot of systems that we use in the elites on multi-time framing, and today was just a book read, man. I tell you, it was so beautiful. So tune in for the next recap, and that'll be it for this one.